Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene in Shadows of Glasgow. In tonight's scene, we pick off after our protagonists decide to get back to their roots, try to find their own vibes before tackling the next big hurdle within their enlightenment. And the scene pans to Matt's place after getting back to his own place. He noticed that there was a note from Aline that he's like, "Don't worry about your utilities; they've been paid for." While another one from Julie, uh, "Don't worry about the students. I told them you were on a pilgrimage to find your own self, to find your own new vibe, as it were. New dancing styles, new moves, talking to gurus and stuff. And throughout the days, you recalled your students, you start teaching them one more time. Although from time to time, flickers of the faceless man keep popping in and out of sync with your own reality. You blink and you miss it. You sometimes stare into the mirrors at your dance place and see them within yourself and the kids that you teach. But as soon as you blink, they appear and disappear within the same fraction. It's
Uh,
almost become a routine now.
yes, and on that particular day, after the right before the end of my class, it's been really hard that night. I was seeing, I was blinking, and then I was making choreographies, and they were blank faces dancing for me, and I was turning around from the mirror, and they were normal kids, so I couldn't watch in the mirror, so I had to kind of like kept the mirror behind me because every time I was looking back at it, like there was dancing, faceless people choreographing in the studio. It was just too much that night, and for some reason, the timing was particular because I gave an appointment to Stephen to my studio, and so at the end of the class, right before the student left, Stephen enters the studio and sit on the couch at the entrance as I say goodbye to the students, see you next week, and then I go and I kind of push the curtain in front of the mirror, and I say, "Ah, man, I'm glad to see you, Steven. Tonight was just a mess, man. Like I've been seeing these faceless people, and I think it's coming back to me. The holy water was not enough, and we need to talk about this." And
No shit.
yeah, and
Your nose is bleeding.
oh man, yeah, I'm telling you, like shit is it's been worse since the last couple of days, and I think it's a sign somehow we should like I don't think we should go to the club. I think uh, I think it's not a good idea to see the snake eater already. Um,
Yeah, that may be
also,
biting off more than we can chew.
yeah, man, and also just thinking about what you said to me, like this shit is nasty. You actually kind of led them into a total failure. Like you were supposed to do a job for them, and then you end up in the hospital, and then you've been running away from them since then. So it's like what I
That's not
mean.
quite how I see it,
Well, I
to be
don't think it's
honest.
what I think it's not a good idea if you go there. I mean, I know
No, I
these
don't think
guys.
it's a good idea.
Well, not in our disposition. I mean, look, listen.
Mm.
It's a fucking well structured cabal. The Akemi guys, the Viper gang. I mean, who are we? I'm not even part of their cabal. I'm just, I'm just starting to learn about the Akemi way. I appreciate the drug enhanced experience and the dancing thing, but I mean, I appreciate it for what it is. I like the music, I like the DJ, I like the people, but I'm not part of their crew, and I don't want to be a criminal neither. And now I'm receiving drug from them that fucks up everything probably, and then I start seeing faceless people and all this shit. So personally, I don't think they will like me a lot, especially with what happened with the Dream Speaker and everything. Maybe they have a look on me, and I'm not going there with you, a fucking pariat, like a fucking guy who you know what happened. I mean, two of these guys are in jail now because of you, creating all kinds of problems. And if they are not in jail, they're probably dead, right? Because remember what the old God show us. He show us like this shit where fucking the whole Verbena gang, well, not gang, but family or whatever cabal, you know, they got caught up by the police. Like, what kind of police is that? They fucking
not normal police. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, man, normal police, but they know who they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And you know, so that Captain Blight guy, that dude that we saw in the visions and in the thing. I mean, this guy's dangerous. He has an old Onagada. Like, she's a fucking powerful mage. Like, how the fuck this sleeper can get a hold on a powerful mage like that? Well,
that may be worth finding out.
Well, I don't know, but for some reason, I think that look, I was thinking about this, and nobody can help me now. Like, the only person that helped me a little was this pharmacologist who gave me, the doctor girl. That girl, she gave me a medicine, but it was just against the symptoms. And then the holy water.
The priest did his best as well, but it seems like that's not working either.
Nah, well, yeah, man, not long enough, and I cannot even make the difference with the medicine. So I'm not even sure if it worked at all. Like, but I heard that you say that Julie used to take drugs back then in Montreal. So maybe she has an idea. Maybe she got in touch with the same kind of product that I did. And
well, I was thinking about this too, because the first time I saw Julie in Scotland, it was with the Snake Eater and his gang, right?
Yeah.
Now, she started messing around with drugs a little in Montreal, but she told me that she kicked it. But this bad stuff that you got for them, if she's hanging out with those guys, she might well be either back in her old habits, or maybe she never came off it at all. I don't know.
Well, because she seems, the way I see it, you know, in the dream space where we were, in the conversation you had with her, I haven't met her long, so I don't know, but she seems to know more than what she's been telling you. And I think, well, before we do anything crazy, I think you should give her a call and see about the drug and see if she has an idea. But personally, otherwise, I'd like to know what she think about that police guy and about the Verbena situation. I want to know. And I want to know if she has a plan. Because if she doesn't have a plan, I will strongly recommend we go to the police. Actually, you and I.
Right. I'll give her a phone and get her to come down here.
Yeah, man. I want to know about her experience with the drug, if it's the same drug, and if it has a link to the situation you guys... Because you need to tell me more about Montreal, man. I mean, you guys, Aline, Julie, you seems to have been through some shit there. And it seems like the shit is still going on, and it came to me in Glasgow. And the only relationship I have with you guys is the drug shit. that drug situation, right? And then some reason I bumped into you on the street and shit. Look, here's my phone. Give her a call.
I've told you what I know. I never drew the connection between the Faceless Men and the drugs until I spoke to you and found out about your situation. Right? But it's quite likely. And it makes sense when I think about Julie's problems.
Police as well,
in Montreal.
Because in Montreal the police seem to have made a quarantine, right? So they know. I mean, they talk to each other somehow. So I'm pretty sure that, I mean, the situation that happened in Montreal, if it was so hard, you need to open up to me, man. How can I trust you guys? Like, I'm pretty sure there's more to be said about what happened there and the connection that it has to the police and the connection that it has right now. Like, there is, you know.
Listen, I told you about the boy. Remember the teenager that we hit with the car? The boy I tried to help and only made it worse. I'm not holding anything back, and I only held back Julie's drug problem because really it's her business. But it does seem like there could be a connection to your issue. You need to know whatever she knows. So I'm going to give her a phone. I'm going to get her to come down here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a look at those arms of hers and see if there's any train tracks on them.
And also maybe she will be able to advise us about the police. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring the dream speaker as well at the same time. We're gonna have a meeting here in the studio.
Okay.
And talk about the opportunity. We have two way to go, but the only thing I think we need backup. You know, if we go to the Snake Eater, we need backup from either the police or the dream speakers. I'm pretty sure the dream speakers, they look powerful, these guys. I'm pretty sure they can bring backup as well. If we go to the police, we will have to make an exchange with them. But they have good backup. And the thing is that we need to know about what the Verbena did, because it seems like the drug comes from the Verbena. So it's kind of complicated. I'm not sure who's the good guy.
The drug came from the Akami.
I don't know. Well, they were selling it. It was a dealer from their gang. You know what I'm saying?
So,
like, yeah, the dealer was a Viper guy. It was a Viper associated. Yeah.
The water god in the Verbena tunnels said that the Verbena had been like corrupted by another group whose banner was a snake eating its own tail. And the leader of the Viper gang is called the Snake Eater.
Yes.
And the supplier of the drug was connected with them too. So I'm deeply suspicious of them. But as you've already pointed out, we can't march in there and...
Of course. Yeah. And so what happened, maybe if we get some information for them, maybe we will learn that the Verbena got addicted to the drug, maybe. Because it's a drug that sell on the street. You know, they're people, they're ordinary people. Maybe they got the drug to do their fucking ceremonies and shit, and they liked it. You know, and for some reason, they got addict and then they got corrupted in it. You know, and so that would make some sense, but it's hard to understand. It's hard to know for now. Maybe Julie has some cues, and maybe the dream. Yeah. We need to
come here, right?
Yeah.
You phone the dream speakers and get them to come here, but get them to come here half an hour after Julie, because I think me and Julie should be alone when we ask her about the drugs, because if there's others around, she might be more likely to lie about it.
All right, no problem.
Like I said, this is more her business than mine's, I feel.
So, you know, I'm going to... Here's the phone. Give her a call, and then we'll see from there.
All right. Actually, Stephen will use the phone Elaine gave him.
Yeah.
And phone up Julie.
Hey, Pooh Bear. What's up?
Hey, Julie. Can you come to Matt's studio just now? He and I have some things we need to talk to you about.
Oh, should I bring some condoms?
For your own use, sure. But this is a little more serious.
Alright. I'll stop joking. Sure. Do I need to get my business suit on?
Sorry?
Do I need to get my business suit on, or is this just a casual meet?
Well, we might have some others showing up to talk later, so if you'd be more comfortable dressing sharply, then fire in.
Ah, fine. This is a meeting then. Sure. I'll see you there.
All right, thanks, Julie. See you soon. All right, she's going to get dressed and come over. Shouldn't be too long. You're going to phone the Dream speakers?
Afterward.
Okay.
Because it's not a phone call. I shake the bubble head and they show up. So yeah, it's a magic thing with these guys.
So what kind of bubble head is this?
It's like I don't know. Is this thing? It's just a little talisman somehow. It's just I shake it and they show up.
Okay.
I did it before.
As we wait for Julie, Stephen paces around the studio, looking a little agitated, a little nervous, but actually also a little angry.
So, looking at you, I just go and ask, like, why are you so anxious? What's the deal?
I should just trust her, right? But she told me she came off the drugs back in Montreal, and I believed her, and I never thought any more of it. I assumed it was just normal college stuff.
And you feel like she's not. You feel like she might have been corrupted somehow. Like,
well, I'm scared that she might be.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, you've seen the future version of her in the dreamscape.
Yeah, and man, that was nasty. Yeah, of course. I don't know. I can tell she seemed well connected. She seemed like she knows things. Also, she seems like she's been working with the Hermetics, like you guys did in the past. So the Hermetics are kind of clean, they are clean. They're nasty.
Yeah, the Hermetics are like home base, if you will.
Yeah, and they're nasty. They're radicals, but I mean, I don't see the Nefendi messing around with Hermetics. And I mean, if Montreal was lost to the Nefendi 10 years ago, I mean, I feel like we would have heard about it, at least in the community.
Yeah, you make a fair point. I just hope she hasn't been lying to me. I hope she's been sensible and safe and hasn't gone back to her old ways. But when I see what these drugs have done to you, and I see her hanging around with those snake guys, I worry. And when a man makes me worry, I know what to do with him. But when Julie makes me worry, I don't know what to do with her. Do you know what I mean? When a guy makes me angry, I know what to do with him. But
well, I think
it's so much more complicated with her.
I think you should be straightforward with her.
Yeah, you're right. What's taking her?
Knock on the door.
All right, guys, see, before we go into that next scene, I'm going to run to the toilet. Please excuse me.
No problem. Listening to Stephen, Matt can't help himself thinking about the visions he's been having in the last couple of days, especially today during his class in the mirror. He's becoming more and more anxious over time. Nose bleeding, visions in the mirror. And especially with the beat, because his inspiration, all his power, he gets it from the beat, from the music, from the vibrations of the sounds that comes from the speakers and from life around him. But now the goddamn faceless people, or just the faceless attributes that we see, is just now they are dancing to the beat. It's not just that they are there being all off and all crazy. Now they are in tune. So it feels like they're getting deeper into his fiber. And that's making him a little anxious and a little scared. So he wants to make the good decision. He wants to talk to all the factions that he knows and trying to figure out what's the best move that they should do. And he also knows that they are not powerful. I mean, they are two guys, and they have different friends from different gangs and different parts of communities, and the whole thing seems way too big for himself. And so he's listening to Stephen, but at the same time, Stephen tells him about all these stories, but he's just in his mind, like completely focused on his anxiety, and like you hear him talk, but he don't listen, and he's kind of lost until it knocks on the door.
As you're listening to Stephen, but just barely, in the reflection of the mirror, you see a guitar leaning up against the far wall, and one of its strings snaps, doink, and another one snaps, doink, and you hear the machine heads in the guitar tightening up, and it makes that creaking noise, that horrible high-pitched nails in the blackboard creaking noise as the machine heads go round and round and round. Snap, another string, snap, and the machine heads keep turning, and the noise gets louder until, as the door knocks, the guitar explodes in half and shards of wood. And as the shards would hit your face, perhaps you flinch a little, perhaps not, but they never reach your face because they were never there. And there's the door knocking.
Even if the door is knocking, Matt is walking toward Agatha in the mirror, the reflection, listening to the music, and he says, "Who are you? What do you want? I've seen you before. I'm sure you can tell me something. What happened to you guys there? What happened there?"
Same thing that's happening to you, she says, and she grins. And the sides of her cheeks split as the grin goes wider and wider. And the teeth tumble out of the face. And
then I fucking grab the curtain, close the mirror, turn around, and say, "Hey, Stephen, why don't you open the door?" Just
Stephen's,
like, fuck it.
Stephen gives you a knowing nod.
It's like that shit.
And opens the door.
And you see Julie dressed up in a business suit, business skirt, flats, with her hair tied up in a ponytail. Hey there,
Hi,
Stevie.
Julie.
So, she comes in.
Okay, I'm not going to beat about the bush. Have you been back on drugs since Montreal?
Oh, fuck no. I've been on straight up coffee.
And does she appear to be telling the truth?
She even shows you her hands, as they don't have even the slightest needle marks or track marks or whatever marks.
I am. I will. I will try to size her, but on a spiritual level, on a magical level. And so I will. Because I was back in front of the mirror, and she enters the room a little bit further away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glide, using like that Michael Jackson type of move where you glide on the ground, walking toward them, following the beat of the guitar strings that Agatha is making still, even if I close the curtain. So I'm just and I will just walk toward them, and as I do that, there is like, because the floor is like made of false. It's like not false, but it's like a wooden floor, and in the floor in the woods there is waves, like the stripes, wood stripes create kind of waves. So when I glide with my feet, what I see is that the ground, the wood is coming to my body, and it follows the strings of the music, and I become wooden as I glide toward them. And it's a wide loft, it's a wide studio, so it's like I would say 20 meter. And in that time, I'm listening to what she says, and I'm looking at her, and I see the wood starts to and as she pull off her sleeve, and I see the wood that starts to get into her veins, and she's get inside her. And as I get closer to her, the thing gets out of her and reaches me in halfway in the middle, and I get the vibration, always following the guitar strings. I get the vibration from the wood coming out of her as she says that, fuck no, I don't do this. Look at my arm and shit. And I just want to feel. So I have prime 3, and I would just want to see if she's telling the truth, but on a spiritual level. Yeah.
Difficulty 3.
We're going to see if she's got the bad chi.
Essentially, yeah. Roll Arete at the difficulty of 3.
I have 4 successes.
Damn.
And I have two 10s. Do I explode my 10s?
Do you have a Arete? No. Since hold on.
I don't believe so. Exploding 10s tend to be tied to.
Do you have Prime 4?
No.
Then no, because at Prime 4 you get to pick a specialty.
All right. So
yeah. Let me tell you what happens. It's clear that she's a mage, obviously. Duh. Because that's the most duh thing that you can get. But other than that, you can feel that she's tired. She's overworked. The magical resonance seem a lot more staticky, a lot more stable. She presents an air of stability when you get to her. Like the quint within her is that of stasis instead of primordial or entropic or whatever. It's just she's calm, collected, even though she said fuck no. This was like an offhand. It wasn't. It didn't even rattle her emotionally. This is just no, and you don't feel any disturbances within the undulations of the magic. It's like she is in control.
So as I get close to her, I say, "Hi, Julie. Remember me? We saw each other at the church."
Ah, yes, Matt.
Yes. So listen, I don't know if I told you this, but I had this problem with the drug. I took a weird drug that's kind of like infected me somehow, where I'm slowly becoming an Effendi. I have these visions, and I've been talking with Steven here, and he says that you guys used to have the same vision in Montreal. And so I want to know, I just want to talk with you and about that drug. I mean, you've been taking there, and I want to know, and I wanted to know if there is a connection between the visions and the drug, and if you ever know something about that. Because I mean, look, I don't know you guys, but you, Aline, and Steven here seems to have encountered some difficulty in Montreal there. And me, I need to get rid of this curse. I need to get rid of this shit. I just don't want to become one of these monsters. And so, do you have any information about the relationship with the drug use and the situation you guys had in Montreal?
Well, she lets us even a bit like, okay, that was not your thing to say type of look.
Steven gives her a apologetic no, he just looks embarrassed, looks down at his feet and lets them carry on.
Well, the drugs that I used to take were more recreational in nature. A little bit of X, a little bit of LSD, a little bit of MJ. They weren't. Fuck. That was even before I truly awoke and truly understood the ramifications of being a mage. Like shit, I broke that habit while we were dating. It's just I haven't even thought of that in like years. Even.
Well, it occurred to me that the spread of this drug might be what's causing the rash of faceless men, faceless people. So I'm sorry, Julie, to have talked about your business. But I was a little worried, and I was hoping that you might be able to shed some light.
Yeah, well, if it's not about that, I know you've close to the Hermetic, and like considering what happened in Montreal, do you guys heard about that Nefendi contamination thing? Like, I mean, Steven and you and Aline seems to know more than you are telling me, and I am in the dark here. I mean, this shit is way too new to me. Like, I mean, like a couple days ago, my life was normal, and now I'm stuck in this shit where I have to deal with this contamination thing. Like, can you, like, I mean, in terms of the Hermit, first, I just want to know, are you in touch with the police somehow or some authorities? Because I know Hermetics are really political, and then you seem like you have contact, like the way I hear you. So we are considering going to the police and see about this Verbena situation, because Stephen and I heard from an old Verbena god a couple days ago that Verbena got corrupted by a drug, and the visions we had was like this thing where the Fendis, not the Fendis, the banner of the people were like a snake eating his tail, and I've seen that symbol on a talisman that I think I took from an Effendi on the street here one night when I have these visions. And but they got completely ravaged by the police. And now their leader, named Agatha, is being held by the police. So have you heard about that? Any idea about that? Because we need some backup. If we have to go to see the Viper Gang, we need some backup. So
well, obviously you're barely scratching the surface.
Oh, so you know shit.
Oh, obviously it's my job to know. I'm the Primus, remember? But that's not the point. Personally, I don't know what god were you talking about.
In the catacombs beneath the necropolis, we encountered an underground river where there shouldn't have been one. And there was a creature whose head was covered in eyes who emerged from the water, calling itself the One Who Sees, and said that the Verbena in times past had brought it offerings and worked in tandem with it, but that they had been corrupted by outsiders, foul outsiders who stole its offerings and stole its tears, which was it showed us a crystal supercharged with what I would call chi. And Matt mentioned that it was very similar to the drug that has corrupted his psyche. So we also wondered if this might be the source of the drug, that this chi-infused crystal might have been corrupted to serve the Nefandi once they had dominated the Verbena. So yes, the gods you asked about, it was a creature whose head was covered in eyes that lived in underground water, that called itself the One Who Sees, and asked it what offerings it liked, and it said it liked mistletoe as an offering. Is that enough to identify this creature?
That's an interesting development. Interestingly enough, I know of a few alchemical rituals that could be employed in order to shape substances intended use from one intent to another. It might be possible to do so, yes. Pick a pure substance and defile it. It is possible, yes. Although, to answer your other questions, I'd suggest you don't go to the police, since the police force aren't exactly filled with regular Marys and Joes.
What do you mean?
Well, they're held by a convention of the Technocratic Union called the NWO.
That means absolutely nothing to me.
New World Order, if I have to say it. But remember that policeman that arrested you? What was
Captain Blythe?
Name? Yeah, he is part of the NWO.
But what is the NWO?
Well, they're essentially a group within the technocracy that believe that information about the supernatural needs to be contained, regulated.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, listen, look, I'm like, cut the crap now. I mean, you guys are with the Hermetics. You are with the Hermetics. I'm pretty sure that the Hermetics are making deals with the technocrats and shit like they. I mean, there's all kinds of conspiracy, right? I mean, I don't want to be
you guys.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist guy here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have some deals, and I'm like, how can someone like you come here and you know whistle around like with the fucking Viper gang and with the Celestial Tourist at the same time? Like I mean, that's never seen before for me. To me, what I see is like someone who has a lot of contact and a lot of information and intel, and I'm pretty sure you know a few people from both sides. Come on now, tell us. I mean, okay. I'm no fool. I am no fool, because I've been here all my life. I've been chilling with the Viper gang for like 10 years, and what I know is that the Celestial Chorus don't like the Viper gang, and he told me, you know, that you were chilling with the Viper gang at one point because this is where he met you at the club. He told me the story, and I see you with the Celestial Chorus, so you know more than you're saying. And now that the Verbena leader has been cut with the same dudes that cut him in the Viper gang, like this police team, come on.
Well, if you let me finish, yes, indeed, I have had to make a lot of power moves. Yes, that's a good way of saying it. Power moves that required multiple dealings with multiple factions, and had to broker deals that were very important for me to obtain the position of Primus in the first place. To show my dominance in the field, that I can make people that sort of don't like each other work with each other to a certain degree to defeat a common enemy, at least at first, and then get to actual business. But again, I had to use our dear friend Aline for a few of them. He might not like me at this point, and I don't blame him. As I said, I used him.
Oh. Okay, so you use an old friend, and you come around in fucking Glasgow using Steven here as well? Man, she's a real hermetic, man. That's what I heard. I mean, I've never seen an hermetic before, but what I see in front of me, you guys are a bunch of manipulators. You use your power as you wish, and you don't tell the truth all the time. I'm sure you're still hiding stuff.
Well, obviously, if you let me finish, I did use both of you as bait.
Bait?
Oh, yes.
At this moment, there, Steven looks at the window. We are on the 4th floor of a loft industrial building, and then the window opens, and we're at night, like, you know, in the evening at night, so it's all black outside. And the window opens on the side, and then there is like this Chinese dude with the trucker hat that comes in the window. And then he closed the hatch behind him, just like he was walking, and he said, "Oh, excuse me, I'm just passing through." And then he's passing, and then Julie is keep talking, and Matthew keeps listening. But it feels like time coming slow motion somehow, and he's just passing through, and doesn't get in front of you. He's standing in front of you, Stephen, and he has his yellow teeth, missing a couple teeth in front. He smells like smoke. So he has like his t-shirt rolled up here, right? And there's a Marlboro cigarette pack on the right side. So he takes his pack out, adjusts his trucker hat a little bit. He's like, yeah, and he spit on the ground. And then taking a Marlboro cigarette, he's like, "Do you have a light? Come on, son. Do you have a light?"
Stephen will conjure a little chi fire on the end of his finger and see if that'll light the guy's cigarette. And Stephen will say,
at this moment,
I think I know where I know you from.
He's looking at you. He's looking at you. He's like, come on, get that away. Give me a Zippo or something. Are you a real man or what? What the fuck is that bullshit?
I don't smoke.
You're being used by all these people all the time. You need to come back to your roots, man. You need to come back to your roots. And he's like poking you on the shoulder like that. Fucking has no smoke. And then he starts to leave and get out from the door where Julie enters. But he keeps on going like, fucking guy. I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? These youth these days, they don't know shit about nothing. Fucking fucking rats and brat and shit. And he's closing the door, and he keeps on talking as he goes away in the corridor, insulting you and talking shit about how fucking you're soft, man, getting used by all kind of people.
Stephen runs out into the stairway behind him and shouts in the stairs, "Hey, I know where I know you from now."
Oh yeah, tell me, son. Tell me something I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure you already know. But my teacher is always with me now. And I realise now, when he was teaching me, you were always with him. You were my teacher's teacher, weren't you?
And yet he still has the smoke in his finger. She's not light up. And then he puts it in his mouth and then suck on it and then lights up. And then he goes like 3 big circles. And he says, "Yes, my son, yes." And then the smoke becomes a dragon and goes toward you and enter your nostrils.
Stephen takes a deep breath.
And when you look back, he's not there. And you hear a door slamming a couple stairs down.
Stephen goes back to the room where Matt and Julie await. Julie, we need an audience.
Like, where the fuck you been? Why the fuck you left like that? Like out of nowhere. She was talking. She was about to say something important. You just left the room like that. The fuck happened?
Hey,
man?
I didn't question that when you were fucking looking in the mirror. Give me a break. Julie.
Matt's like adjusting his cap. I'm like, okay. Okay, man.
Julie, we need an audience with this Captain Blythe and possibly his captive Hagatha as well. Can you make it happen?
Yeah, can you make it happen? I'm pretty sure you can. Come on. No bullshit.
Well, due to, neither of you having patience to actually hear as to how I actually used you, because that was sort of important.
Well, you need to tell. I mean, I don't care because I don't feel used by you. But these guys, I mean, they seem to. There's a reason why he left you anyway.
No,
give a little love, take a little love. Be prepared to forsake a little love.
But I did use both of your comatose bodies as bait for the Verbena to get to you.
That's low.
Yo, man. You know what the drugs do to people. So that's fucked up.
I know, but I caught them using Captain Blight, using the Celestial Choir's building, so that Captain Blight's men and women of the Glasgow PD would block all exits while the choir boys and girls would just fight them off on their own home turf. You know? And if they tried pulling some bullshit escape, the Dream Speakers and the Cultist of Ecstasy would get them either on the Umbra side when it comes to Dream Speakers, or if they fucking pull the timeline crap with the Cultist of X. So yeah, I caught them. I made sure that they're caught, and Agatha received her punishment. And yeah, she got the book thrown at her. She was rendered incapable of dealing with magic.
Well, you need to know something. We kicked her ass in the dream space. He and I, well, actually I did, because he's not the fighter he used to be. But
right.
Yeah, well, I'm not boasting. I'm not boasting here, but I kind of saved his ass. But on the other hand, that's what friends do, right? Come on, Steven.
Right.
Yeah. So you're gonna save my ass one day. I'm pretty sure. She was in a weird situation, and I kind of, and what was holding her away for her own freedom, from her own freedom, was pretty much something magical. And Captain Blight, if he's a technocrat dude, he doesn't know shit about magic. So there might be something a little bit more behind this. I don't know. I can't tell. But
I mean,
but listen. Do you think that we should deal with the police? Because otherwise, can you provide backup with some hermetics? Is there a hermetic community in Glasgow? Because the thing that I see is that I don't want to go to the Viper gang alone with this dude, because this dude has a bounty on his head from these guys, and I kind of have one because, you know, the day after I go buy my shit to the dealer, he gets fucking jumped by some dudes, and then he's nowhere to be found. So I'm kind of scared about that. I don't want to go there neither, especially not with Steven.
She sighs deeply. Okay. Again, I had to make multiple deals and use Alina as well in some of them, so that the Cultists of Ecstasy don't just fucking kill you on the spot. So you're welcome for that. It's a lot safer if you just go to them as is, since I made sure that they're not outwardly harmful for you. However, if you want hermetic assistance, sure. I guess I'll call a few of my buddies, tell them, oh hey,
because listen, I understand what you're saying, but if we go there, I mean, I go to the Snake Eater, and I'm gonna have some leverage. I'm gonna say, I know who did it to your dealer, but I know that you've been drugging people with some nasty shit, motherfucker. So I'm gonna call him out, So shit's gonna become nasty real fast. Because if it's true, he's gonna reveal himself as an Nefendis. If it's not true, we're gonna be jumped by an old Akami Viper gang, like cult of ecstasy fucking fanatics, and they are gonna be pumped on all kind of drugs, and they are gangsters. I mean, they're punks, but they are organized, they are gangster, and they're a cult. So it's gonna be nasty, But we need to go through this shit because I want to know the cure. So I'm not gonna go into halfway through shit. He's the answer for me, but he is strong. So if you provide some backup with some hermetics, and if you can pull some leverage, the thing is that if you pull leverage from the gang, they will know that it's tricky. So they need to be surprised because I want a real answer. I don't want no bullshit. I don't know if I make sense to you. This is my reality. This is my reality, and I think it can help solving the issue of the faceless people in Glasgow. Because if this drug keeps on going and people keeps on turning mage without supervision, it's gonna be crazy, full of orphans. Open for anything. So all kinds of weird cult and cabal and shit are gonna come up, and then people are gonna be turning into mages out of nowhere, no control. Can be really dangerous.
Well, it's already been happening that way, and I've been containing that situation. There's a reason why I'm a bit tired when I'm talking right now.
Well, thank you for containing this situation, but Matthew needs a cure and probably some closure after what's happened to him. I mean, this shit's right inside him, and I need to face up to the faceless men and make good my mistake of running away in the past. So thanks for containing it, but we need to go to the source and stop this once and for all.
Yeah, because I feel like, Stephen, you just left Montreal because you felt powerless at the time, probably. And now you're here trying to hide, and no, that's not what happened.
It was when I hurt that boy by mistake, I realised that was when I first really realised how dangerous magic can be, and at the time I felt everybody would be better off if I was far away.
I see you. So 10 years ago, it's same for me. I awaked, I got awake turning 10 years ago. So if you were just awakened and you did this kind of situation with this poor teenager, I feel you, man. Like realizing your true power from such a thing, it's nasty. So I understand. It was not because you felt powerless. It was because you felt like it was too dangerous.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on this. I never had to deal with such a situation. You see, me right now, I feel all kind of powerful because I understand the impact of all these powers, and I just don't want it to become nasty, right? And I just want to make sure that these people don't keep on doing it and just take advantage of people and actually utilizing a drug to fucking do this instead of mentorship. It's not cool, man. It's not cool, and they just want to make some money out of it. Because
I don't know much about these Nefandi, but I do not like their style.
I'm talking about I don't know about the Nefandi. I'm talking about the Viper gang. They're making money.
I'm not convinced that the Viper gang aren't Nefandi. I mean, they might be, for all I know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, they're your friends.
Yeah, well, yeah. Some of these guys they don't seem. I mean, I've met one Nefandi with the snake Ouroboros thing. And he looked creepy, nasty, and not like a human being. Just like, it's kind of, I don't know, just like a weird fucking cringy guy in a hoodie with a monk style. So it doesn't look like
Glaswegian.
I don't know, man. It looks like a fucking Sith from that Star Wars movie from the 80s. But for personally, what I see is a bunch of gangsters with tattoos who want to look cool, who like to dance and take drugs. So to me, they're more like the ecstatic kind of guys and stuff. But the Snake Eater, I met him a couple of times. He's a mysterious fucker. He's ugly as fuck. So he might be a little bit more than just a mage. Maybe he's a really powerful one. I don't know, but I mean, what I know is like super powerful because he's dealing with all these enlightened guys, awakened guys, and they're just a bunch of tough guys, right? And they ruling the neighborhood and selling that shit and owning the club and just they do their stuff. And the reason why I'm not part of these guys. The reason why I never I like everything about their philosophy, the way they do things. Yeah, it's about the dance, it's about the party, it's about the drug, and it always did it with me. I get my inspiration from that. But I feel like, but the only reason why I was not a part of the Viper gang is because it needs some adoration. Like it demands submission to the Snake Eater somehow. Some guy like you will follow his order and this and that. So I'm like, no, I'm not interested in that. And they respected me for that because I buy their stuff. I buy their stuff and I teach dance. And some of these guys take my classes sometimes, and so they respect me. They don't fuck around. I've never been part of their cult. In that sense, they're cabal, the Akami guys, right? But I consider myself an ecstatic. I am an ecstatic, and I know other ecstatic in town. But yeah, maybe their leader is weirdo. Maybe their leader is corrupted. And if I would have tried to start my own cabal with some of my students or shit like that, like maybe it would have been, maybe I would have felt his presence more. And at the same time, I mean, I felt some pressure as well sometimes, like, come upstairs, come to the roof. And I never went. Never. Because I know if you go up there, you come back with a tattoo. Like, you come back with a snake on your fucking arm or your fucking face.
They didn't tattoo me, but I don't think I'm really their type.
Oh, yeah, no. I think they were just trying to test you, see if you were a threat to them. Because I've heard about you before. I mean, you're the guy that hides in the neighborhood. You're the fucking dude that thinks that nobody see, that he knows how to deal. And, so they were like, yeah, we should test him somehow. And I heard a little bit about that, but now I know that it's Julie right there that organized the whole thing. So I don't know I don't know anymore if I knew anything. Right? It's just rumors. Anyway.
Yeah, Julie, I have to say I'm not happy. I'm not happy. This using us as bait when we were asleep. If you provide us with some backup and help us out here, right? We'll consider that payback for using us as bait. And after that, I don't know if we're going to be friends anymore. I've been worried about you all day, wondering if you were back in these drugs, if it was the same drugs that can hurt your soul. Now, that wasn't true.
Hey, Julie, I've seen this guy fucking fighting for the ugliest version of you in the dreamland. The dude fucking put his life on the side, trying to save you. But you don't even want to know the kind of creature you were in that world. And so, I mean, I think you owe him something. I don't care about me. We don't know each other. But you guys have been through some shit. I think you owe him a favor from using him. And Aline, don't know him much. They spoke on my phone. Don't know the guy much, but I mean, the fucking Armedics, you guys have been fucking using people from the beginning. I think Aline actually felt it. Because he doesn't look like he was there 10 years ago. I think he left. He left the party.
Yeah,
Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, he did leave before we confronted the rest of the Hermetics. And I know that his current catchphrase tends to be "goddamn Hermetics."
Yeah.
He says it every.
He's no fool.
Yeah, he's no fool. Yeah, he's a smart guy. I met him once, but I knew it already. Like, dude, no bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's why he kind of hates me, since I had to bring him into the fold of the Hermetics. And he doesn't like me for that, among other things.
So what about we go at spokesperson, but you provide backup? How about that? I'm gonna put myself on the line. Look, I'm gonna die anyway. I feel like look, my nose was bleeding, and all day I've seen shit in the mirror. Shit was nasty. Even I think my avatar, like right now, is like playing tricks on me. I think my avatar is like contaminated by this fucking virus, like that I get from the drug or something. So, I mean, I'm ready for everything. I'm ready for everything. I'm gonna go that spokesperson. I'm gonna put him on the. I'm gonna you know fucking expose him for what they did with the drug, and I just want to know if they knew. I want to know if they have anything to do about this. And so, if we're alone, then we have no chance. We're gonna get our ass kicked. But if we know we have some backup, I mean,
fine, I'll provide you a few people. Sure. Don't go into politics, Matt. People won't like you there. But anyway, they'll be meeting you up in the front of the club when I'm done talking. So, if that's all, I'm gonna take my leave and probably get some shut-eye.
When will we hear from you about this backup?
In an hour or two, give or take.
Thanks, Julie.
All right then.
Yeah, well, don't take it personal. Sometimes you have to be a hermetic to get shit done.
Huh. I'm sure you were doing your best.
Yeah, with a foot in the door, she's like, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, to get what you need and hurt the people that are your friends.
I don't believe that.
Well,
I mean, Fandy makes sacrifices, Julie.
And so do we.
Good night.
Night. And she leaves for real now.
At this moment, I turn around, I look at Steven, and I'm like, wow, man. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't trust the girl. I think she's a really powerful mage. I can't sense anything wrong with her quintessence. I mean, she's good. She's been working hard though. So there is a part of what she says that's kind of true, but I think she's holding back a little. And you know what? We're gonna call the dream speakers, and we're gonna speak. We're gonna have this conversation. And you know what, Steven? We're gonna have double backup.
All right.
If shit goes down, double backup. So I take my bubble head talisman and I shake it.
Okay, the talisman breaks. Like similar to how some talismans might break from paradox itself.
Mm-hmm.
but it breaks.
So I'm gonna call the Dream Speaker, utilizing my prime tree, and I'm gonna. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some music. I'm going down, and I'm gonna take the curtain off the mirror, and then I'm taking the pieces of the talisman that are on the ground, and I'm gonna, break it into like 10 pieces. I'm gonna put it on my clothes, utilizing agrafes. Like I don't know how to fucking stapled it on my shirt.
Sure.
And then I'm saying, you know what? I'm looking at Steven before I put the music up. I say, Steven, this is some bullshit. I'm pretty sure Julie was here and she was utilizing some kind of blocker bullshit and all that. Like
this is a magic. Sabotaged your talisman.
Yeah, man, this is a fucking magic talisman. The fucking Dream Speakers, they are always responding really fast, and this is not normal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call them using my own energy, and if you can help me somehow, be free.
Well, I'll try, but this seems more like Elaine's kind of magic, but I don't know what you're capable of, so let's give it a go. I can provide you with extra energy, extra chi.
All right, so I am in my studio. My studio is my node. So I don't know the rules by heart, but my studio is a node. I have 2 dots in it.
Yeah.
So what does that mean in terms of spellcasting?
Well, obviously you get refreshed on 2 dots of Quint, at least. Well, you can refresh your dots of Quint, but you get the 2 dots of Task. The Task. I forgot about Task. So yeah, you get the Task as well, not just Quint.
I'm gonna get myself more quintessence dice, like willpower or quintessence to my spellcasting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the talisman connect to the rhythm of my body, but I also want it to bounce off the mirror. So when I'm looking at myself as I dance with the music super loud, I want the talisman to vibrate as me and my reflection are making one. So I open the curtain, I go to the blaster, put my cell phone. My cell phone is my
Wonder.
My Wonder. I have 2 dots in it. So I connect the music to my Wonder in the blaster. Boom, comes to the speaker super loud. And I put some house music, some really fucking deep house track with no lyrics in it. And I just start to dance in front of the mirror and start to connect myself to the music. And I have the pieces of the talisman all over my body, and it starts to shake and vibrate to the music as I dance. And then I go on the ground, and eventually, looking in my eyes and my own reflection, I don't make the difference between who am I and what am I. And if Steven, sitting in the couch on the side of the studio, eventually sees my reflection coming out of the mirror, dancing, but in negative. So dancing in the opposite direction as a reflection, and eventually make one with my reflection. And we do that for like 10 minutes. It's a super long hours track, but like 10 minutes or so. And eventually, as the song ends up, the reflection goes back into the mirror, and I kind of melt down, and I get into the floor. Eventually come up again as the song ends up, and everything is on beat. The movement and the reflection, everything is on beat. And as I rise up, the curtain closes without even me touching it, and and ends up with the music fade out.
Okay.
Like that.
As Matthew,
and what I wanted to do was to fucking call the Dream Speaker.
I know what your intent is. That's fine. It's just there are certain things that mechanically happened that you may or may not.
Yeah, so I may roll my arity. So I have 4 dice.
Yeah.
And I put willpower in it. What's the maximum?
1 point of willpower per roll.
Perfect. There we go. So
before you roll, you asked for Stephen's help.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to, I'm not 100% in the mechanics here, but if it's possible, I'm going to use Prime and possibly Life, that seems relevant, to infuse Matthew with even more quintessence. So hopefully I'll be able to spend quintessence for his role, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can.
And the way I'm going to do that, cool. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to perform a kind of martial arts style dance. It looks a lot like Wing Chun arm movements that have a feathery, round, flowing motion going with the music. And as my hands spin past my chest and face, I'm sending out waves of chi that are in harmony with the music into Matt's body to provide him with extra fuel for his working.
Yeah.
So I only have 2 points of quintessence available, but I'll spend them both to lower the difficulty of his role, if that's possible.
Wow.
Yeah, sure. Roll your arete at a difficulty of 6.
All right.
Both of us?
Oh no. Hold on. Colin's roll is at the difficulty of 6 first, because that would influence John's roll. So
right. Okay.
First.
Yeah, Colin first.
Right. I'll spend the point of willpower on this.
Fair enough.
And it's a good thing. 1 success.
Okay, you get 1 point across. So your difficulty is lowered to...
By 1.
Yeah. So
but you can still spend your own quintessence and willpower on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got lowered from a 6 to a 5.
Yeah, and I'm rolling my dice.
Yep. Okay, go for it.
So I have 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes. So, okay, here's kind of unfortunate bullshit. Since rules-wise, there was a paradox spirit created last session due to various events. So you notice the reason as to why it broke in the first place. The paradox spirit came out from this time even more so from Stephen's breath when he infused chi into you. This time fully materializing and having it manifest in real space. And unfortunately, since you got successes on that bullshit, it now takes the form of your the pieces of that bubble head that you stapled to your body physically. So yeah, you gave it physical form. Oops.
Okay, so what does that mean?
That means that there's a reason why you haven't been getting better, even though you've been using medicine and drinking all that holy water. There's a reason why fucking Paradox exists and fuck you up. Now you have an enemy in your household. Yay! An essential golem.
Oh shit. Okay, so that is the fucking paradox Steven brings to the table.
Yeah, now you have a golem made out of Steven's paradox.
Yo, fucking in my studio. So, so I'm like, oh man.
Seems like Steven can't dance.
What's that? So I am, oh man, fuck. So I grab all the fucking talisman shit on my body and I throw it at the golem and I scream, what the fuck is this bullshit? You fucking Steven, you mess up with my fucking dance. You've been you trying to fucking you trying to.
This isn't the time to argue.
I asked for some help, and you motherfucker, and I throw the talisman toward you, but it goes right through the fucking golem, and I'm like, bro, man, now let's get rid of that bullshit. I don't want none of your bullshit in my studio. Like, I mean, come on, man.
Right.
So yeah, the spirit is like, fathers, thank you.
Ah, fuck that shit.
This is what happens when you dance with a man.
So I go toward my my cell phone on the speaker thing, and then I change the beat, and I put a fucking hardcore, like speed acid techno, like some acid techno from the 90s, like DJ Orange Peel shit, super hard, like a super hard. And then I raise the volume so loud that you don't even hear a scream, you don't even hear a footstep. I mean, you don't even hear I can break a window and you're not even gonna hear anything. And then I start dancing and dancing to the music, like making like hard pop. And what it does, so I'm gonna utilize my prime, and I'm just gonna fucking pop so hard, trying to vibrate my anger in the fabric of reality toward that golem thing, trying to make him get it smaller and smaller and smaller, and come back into the talisman.
Let me think. How the fuck? Do you have any matter?
I'm sorry.
Dots in matter.
No.
Dots in mind.
One in mind.
Okay, cool. At least one in mind. Okay, that works. So, roll your arete, this time at a difficulty of 7, and take a point of paradox.
And I'm gonna get myself a willpower. And I have 0 successes.
With the point of willpower, you got the automatic 1.
Oh, okay, I got 1.
So it's like the primal being slowly makes itself just a teeny tiny bit smaller, and it feels like you're taking in the paradox from Steven into your body while doing it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then so I'm dancing, I'm popping, like pow, 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 and you see this vibration, trying to get over the golem, but the fucking golem just shrinks a little, get back as its formal structure, and then shrinks a little, and I go on my knees, like, and I'm like, oh fuck that shit. But I just, the sound of the music is so loud, I'm looking at Steven and I'm like, just fucking do something. But all you can hear is my lips going.
Right. So, does this golem look like anything in particular, or can I describe it?
Well, yeah. Oddly enough, remember the outline of the sacrificial woman that you have nightmares from time to time?
Right.
That
Right. So it looks like the sacrifice food back in Montreal. Right.
Yeah, yeah, it's totally not because you have nightmares from her. No, no, that's totally not it. That's totally not
Yeah, I'm
because
sure
last
it is.
session you went to that fucking cursed altar or some shit like that that tainted your chi and shit. So yeah, what are you going
All
to do?
right. So this is not a human that we're dealing with.
No, it's a spirit.
Right. I have Spirit 1, Life 3, and Prime 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Spirit 1's not like enough to banish it or anything, eh?
Nope.
Nope.
So Stephen will rely on his usual tactic of kicking the shit out of whatever obstacle gets in his way.
Sure.
All right. So Stephen's going to execute a spinning kick on this creature, but he's going to use his life sphere to augment the attack so that it looks like he's doing a Mortal Kombat style bicycle kick through the air.
Okay. May I make a suggestion? And in a legitimate form, you can make me a Wits Mage Lord. Or rather, Mit's occult. Or esoteric.
Sorry?
Wits esoteric or Wits occult. Or Wits martial arts.
Okay. I have Esoterica 2 and Occult 0, so I'll end up with 5 dice.
Yeah.
Let's roll these bad boys.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay, I can actually legitimately tell you my suggestion. Use Prime, you dipshit. Don't use Life. Use Prime.
Right, okay.
Like, no. Why would you use Life on this? This is not alive per se. Use Prime. It's primal.
I was using Life on myself so that I could do a bloody bicycle kick, but never mind. Right, okay. In that case, I'll do a spinning kick, which is infused with Prime and therefore lights up the room in a green flash as it connects. So the roll, we'll call this the Thunder Punch roll.
Yeah, roll your physical action to see if it connects.
Right. Oh, I've lost my. Here we are. Right. No, that's the wrong one. I had this fucking thing up just a moment ago. Here we are. Right. Okay. Dexterity martial arts difficulty 6. So that's 6 dice.
Okay, roll.
1, 2, 3, and 4 and a 1. So 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes.
All right.
Okay, roll your arete at a difficulty of oddly enough 6 and take a point of paradox.
That's a botch in the arete roll.
Okay, take 2 points of paradox then. So
Stephen likes a bit of paradox.
Unfortunately, you kick it, it connects, but you're flung backwards into the mirror, and you kind of have to roll your stamina now, because oh my god, you might be bleeding.
Stamina 3. No successes. 2, 2, 4.
Okay. You're bleeding. You have the shards of glass within your back.
Cool. How many levels of damage is that?
That That would be 2.
2 lethal.
Yep.
Damn. So I'm down a dice for all my actions. That's me.
Okay. Now the dark spirit, after taunting a bit, I don't even have to do anything. You're just making me more powerful. Give me more power. Infinite power. Infinite power. And it sucks the paradox out of you, making itself even stronger. Now I have to roll its read to see if it sucks enough paradox to make its attributes more powerful. Hold on. And if the link would roll up, it would be nice. Okay. I need... Okay. So. This is still relatively weak. How many paradox points you used to have? 5?
I used to have.
Yeah. You used to have 5.
It was 9 at its highest. Did it get down as far as 6 beforehand? No, I was suggesting that I'd be left with 6 if you didn't burn it
6
off that way. So
you had 6. Let's see, 6, 10. Okay, so success. 1 paradox of each of you get out of your body. So Steven still has 1 paradox left in. If I remember correctly, Matt doesn't have any because he didn't botch.
Nope.
So where's this paradox going?
Inside of the paradox spirit, making it bigger, more powerful, and more threatening.
Sound.
Oh, fuck,
so
man.
yeah, you made the golem bigger now with your paradox that you incurred because you botched. Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
So,
But
yep. Now it's my turn.
now it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I do is that I kind of stand up a little. I go to my cell phone and I change the beat and I put the beat on a super fast, like black metal, like Scandinavian black metal. Like I put an Immortal song, like where the drum goes. So it's just like a fucking machine gun that goes so fast. And then what I do is I start ticking. So ticking is a style of dance that goes like, so like a vibration with your body. Like, so what I do is I grab with my hand the fiber of reality, and I'm looking at Steven. And I utilize my time 3. And then what I do is I just grab the reality, like the fiber of reality and the vibration from the song, and it goes. And as the singer starts to sing, like, it goes, and I just, and I vibrate with my arm, and I send these super fast vibration towards Steven, making him so fast that he has like more speed to what everything he does. So he becomes super faster.
Hey,
cheers, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. So, so I got a 4 arete.
Yep.
And I just, yeah.
Difficulty of 7, unfortunately. And take
no problem.
And take a point of paradox.
And I have, and I botched tremendously. I have no success.
What?
And I have a 1. It's a super botch. It's a super botch.
So you get 2 points of paradox instead of just the 1. Okay, you're blasted backwards in the mirror as well. And now you have to roll stamina to see if you gain just bashing or...
what's the difficulty?
6.
And I have 1 successes.
Okay, you're just getting 2 points bashing.
Perfect.
Okay. So, now it's Steven's turn.
Okay, fighting hasn't worked, so Stephen's going to take a more mystical approach. There's shards of glass in my back and I'm bleeding. So Stephen will wipe his hand on his back to get some blood on his fingers. And he'll just take a few steps down the mirror to get to a place where it isn't broken. And using the blood in his hands, he's going to paint a quick yin-yang symbol onto the mirror, which is a symbol of balance and harmony. And I'm going to infuse this symbol in this mirror with the very essence of harmony. I'm going to nudge the ambient chi in just such a way as to make this this sheet of glass radiate harmony and harmonize and calm any tempestuous chi that's around about it. So I'm basically trying to create a environmental hazard that's going to sap the paradox out of this thing.
Right.
You know,
right.
through the harmonious influence of the bloody yin-yang on the mirror.
Okay. And remember, difficulty 7, and take a point on paradox since you're in presence of a paradox spirit.
Okay. I'll take the paradox to now. If I need to update that on a botch, I will do so. I'm also going to take a point of willpower off as well to spend on this.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. 8, 10, and 1. So 1 success. No, 2 successes because I spent willpower.
Yep, 2 successes. So, the mirror radiates with the ambient chi, and the mirror starts glowing. The paradox spirit yells, "Fathers, why do you reject me so? I love you, don't you see? I want to be real."
Fucking guy, man.
Okay, paradox spirit turn. Now I have to see. I got 2 more dice now because of previous thing. So yay! Let's see what it does. Oh shit! Okay, 4 successes. So the mirror shatters behind you. There is no more mirror. Both of you can make a dexterity athletics roll to dodge so that it doesn't just fall upon you. So, at a difficulty of 6. Dexterity athletics to dodge.
I have 5 successes.
Perfect. You get out of the way.
I'm sorry, I've just remembered I'm down a dice, so I messed up that previous roll.
Don't worry about it. Remember that next time. So,
I will.
But
So
Arete doesn't take away. You can't take away from Arete rolls. Even.
Oh well, that's everything's fine then. Because that's all I rolled. Sorry, John. How did you do in your roll?
I have 5 successes. So what I do is I start dancing and wiggling my body into waving, and all this energy coming toward me, trying to suck the shit out of me. I just kind of a little bit like go down into a W position.
Hello. Looks like we've lost you, John.
Bullet. I kind of grab the layers and I put it in the ground of my studio, and it goes into the ground and just gets sucked into the ground.
Cool. Yeah. We missed some of that, but we came back in for the end, like.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you grab the shit and just force it into the ground.
Yeah, you dodged really well with your successes.
Yeah.
And he's safe. Okay, now it's Steven's turn. Did he survive?
I've got 2 successes.
Ooh, barely. You barely got an inch of your life. You were nearly dead for a sec.
So Stephen hears the crack in the glass behind him and throws himself prone just in time as the glass flies over his head and embeds itself in the wall on the other side of the room.
Fucking Matt, as he sees his mirror and his studio being all fucking trashed down, gets all crazy. He's like, and just so what he does is that he's the black metal song going super fast again. What he does is that he's just gets like so frustrated, he just jump on his feet because he fell on the ground. So he just jump on his feet and start dancing, go boom, 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 and do this Egyptian style dancing, like with his hand, like just Egyptian, super fast, trying to grasp with the tutting. It's King Tut style, just trying to cut and grab all the vibration of that black metal from Immortal, from fucking like Finland, and just like grab all the hit, and the tutting with his hand goes so fast, and it becomes like an illusion where he's like, and like so fast that you don't even see the hands anymore. All you see is windmills.
Yeah,
and he's becoming himself super fast. So I'm just gonna roll my arity with time 3.
Yep. Difficulty 7 at the. Take a point of paradox.
Yep. I'm gonna take myself a point of paradox, and I have fucking 0 successes. No but 0 successes.
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, the paradox spirit just looks at you like.
And I'm just, so I'm going super fast, and the song just is so loud, and get all the space in the studio, but it's.
Okay, Steven's turn.
Shit, I don't know. I don't think a Zen cone's going to help this fucking spirit out much. Maybe I could banish it with one of those if I had higher spirit. Let me see. I've got past lives. Yeah. All right. Okay. Right.
Look.
What?
I hear Flav you laughing. So I'm like, look. At this moment, the fucking, you see the door, the studio's door. When you run away, trying to run toward where Julie came from and toward your avatar, the fucking door slab open, and then there's this Chinese dude that comes in with his greasy trucker hat, with his fucking like t-shirt, like fucking Budweiser t-shirt with the Marlboro smoke in the on the arm, and he's like, "Son, the fuck are you doing? I'm giving you the power of the dragon. It's in you. Just use your common sense. Fucking, what are you doing? Fucking youth these days." And he's lighting 2 Marlboros at the same time. In his fingers, like, look, what are you doing? And then he becomes smoke. Fucking own smoke of his own Marlboros. And then it comes toward you into the shape of a dragon, but instead of going into your nostril, it just splits into, deviate from you, just don't even want to come into you, and just leave by the window that opens automatically, just like a ghost, push it, and then just leave the studio. And you hear in the distance in the night, fucking wuss, do something, do something. This is not the way of the Bushidos.
Because Chinese guys are all about that, right?
Bushido is super Japanese, but he doesn't care. He knows. He knows.
He's trolling me. He's fucking trolling me.
He's trolling you big time.
Fucking 25%. Right. Okay. Stephen closes his eyes just for a moment and remembers his master and the training sessions that they spent together. And in the and in his mind's eye, first he sees his master as he's being trained by the master, but then he sees himself through the master's eyes, right? He starts to remember the master's thoughts. He starts to remember himself as the master now, teaching other students, right? Finally, he remembers himself as the master when the master was a student and the old Chinese guy is training him. He's entered into his master's body. And he remembers all these training sessions at once. And so, I would like to use my past life's background to get a bonus to my dice pool for my next martial arts action.
Fuck it, go for it.
Yeah, because it's your concept, right? Because the past mentors are supposed to be in you. And this is the idea of the avatar talking to you and taunting you. You know, he's taunting.
Well, there's actually a mechanic that represents that, but this is the first time I've used it.
Yeah.
Right?
Do it.
So I think the way it works is I roll my past life's difficulty 6, and then each success on that roll adds to the next roll. But I don't know if it's difficulty or extra dice.
I'll rule it as extra dice.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. I'm rolling past life's a 3, and I've got 1 success, an 8, a 7, and a 1. I'm rolling lots of 1s tonight, but that's okay.
Okay, you get an extra dice for your martial arts action.
Right, I'm also going to augment this with a Thunder Punch Rote to deal aggravating damage using the Flame Sphere.
Go.
Thunder Strike!
Right. And the martial arts maneuver I'm using is Death Strike.
Okay.
Aiming a rigid hand at an organ, joint, or other incapacitating location, the attacker directs devastating force at that target. This strike inflicts lethal damage, right?
Okay, stupid question, but are you going to use a willpower point to negate the wound penalties?
I would rather spend the willpower point to get the automatic success because I'm only missing 1 dice.
Okay, fair enough. You choose how to use your willpower as you wish.
Thank you. So I'll cross off that willpower as well. All right, I roll to hit first and then roll rarity, right?
Yep.
That's similar to what we did earlier, right? Dexterity, martial arts, difficulty 5. That's 6 dice plus the extra, that's 7.
And don't forget your wound penalties.
Oh, shit. I rolled an extra dice. So what we'll say is then I spent that willpower to ignore the wound penalties. Instead of an extra success, because I've fucking rolled the extra dice, sorry.
Fair enough.
Do you follow me?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so how many?
I've got a 1. The 1 cancels the 10. I've got 2 successes. No, wait, it's difficulty 5. I've got 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes. Roll your heretic. This one doesn't count with a wound penalty, so don't worry about it.
Cool. 3 successes on the rarity roll.
Bitchin'. Okay. Roll your damage.
All right. 3 hit successes means 2 extra. The damage for this is strength plus 2, so that's 6.
And you get 3 aggravated points auto successes due to your arity roll.
All right, cool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 normal damage successes, plus the 3 for the arity roll.
So 3 plus 3. Okay.
3 plus 4.
Finally. Jeez, finally. It took you a while. Fucking took you a while. But
yep.
The spirit is like visibly hurt now. Like, why do you forsake me, Father? Why? Oh.
With his fist buried deep in her solar plexus, Stephen says, "You cannot attain it by seeking it. You cannot attain it by not seeking it. You're not here to deny. No one is." And he pulls his hand back out of the body, holding a clump of black, putrid meat, which he slaps down on the floor.
Well, it's not meat per se, it's more like dark energy, but fair enough.
Yeah.
So it disperses on the floor. And now I have to roll again to see if what will happen. Ooh. Oh, shit. Okay. 3 successes with 2 10s. Jeez.
Uh-huh.
I'm rolling fucking good now. So, 3 successes. Do each of you have 3 dots of paradox?
Yep.
Okay. They're being eaten by the spirit, and it heals all but 1 point of its wounds.
Fuck that.
Sorry,
shit.
Flavio, would you repeat that for me, please?
So, yeah, it drains 3 points of paradox from each of you, dealing all but 1 point of damage from your attack to heal its wounds.
Okay.
We're going to have to stop botching.
You know what? I'm gonna suck away the paradox. He sucks at me. And feel my quintessence with it, utilizing Prime. So, yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna put a song. I'm gonna put a trance song, like side trance song, like that goes, and then it becomes like super like side trance. You know side trance. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna utilize a song like that, and I'm just gonna wave to it. I'm just gonna wave. So I'm gonna be in front of the mirror, and so I'm gonna tick, 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 tick. When it goes fast, when it goes slow, I'm gonna tick, but in waves, and snake away, like becoming like a snake with my body. And what you see, Stephen, is I'm dancing, but as I'm dancing, I'm closing the mirror, the broken mirror, the fucking full of cracks mirror, and I'm closing the curtain in front of it, and then I'm just dancing, and I kind of become like a snake, and that snake goes around the golem into like following the beat, and then comes back into the ground, and then becomes Matthew again, dancing, following the beat all along that psytrance beat. So yeah, so I'm gonna use a willpower for that. So what I'm gonna do is I want to suck some of the paradox it took from me and bring it into quintessence for me.
Do you have prime 4?
I have prime 3.
Yeah, that's a prime 4 effect that you're describing to me.
Okay, so can I suck his energy but not making it quintessence with a prime?
Oh, you can totally suck its quintessence, no problem. Not its paradox.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Go for it. Fuck it. That's
so I'm using a willpower again.
Yeah.
All right. So difficulty.
Yeah, it was a 6, and you get a paradox point.
Yeah, definitely. And I have 2 successes plus a paradox.
Right. So you're back to 1 paradox point.
Yeah, exactly.
And 2 successes, so you regain 2 points of quint. Yay!
All right, so I'm doing this, and then I see the golem just going like. So this kind of like this creature is taking form from that black liquid kind of thing that just comes back up and then looks like different kind of thing and shapes himself as a golem. Now it's kind of like it's breathing out of air, and it's just there in the middle of the studio. And looking at Steven, I'm like. And I'm just yelling at Steven, Steven, break this shit apart. Don't you see it? Can't you feel it?
So, Steven gives you a nod and blinks his eyes again. And this time, he goes more quickly back through the memories of his master and his master's master until he comes face to face with the Indian-looking guy that Stephen's seen once before. And this guy's sitting on like a round rock under a tropical tree on a windy hillside. And this old Indian guy's got like a big black beard and fierce black eyebrows. And he says, "Plucking flowers to which the butterflies come. Bodhidharma says, I don't know. This, my disciple, is the Akashic record." And suddenly Stephen's back in his own body. And I'm going to use the old past lives trick again.
Sure. Roll.
0.
So big amount of nothing. Okay. So what's your actual thing?
I am going to fucking throw the thing out the window. So Stephen runs up to it, and he's going to try and put his hands on its shoulders, his foot between its legs to get some leverage on the fucker, and spin that thing right out of the window. But I think first I have to grapple it.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
All right.
I have to oppose it. Sorry. So you roll, and I have to roll back. So.
All right. It says I'm rolling strength and brawl or strength and martial arts.
Yeah. Either or. Pick the better.
And I'm down 1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 successes.
Okay, I'm opposing you. I have... God damn it, man. Why do I have 3 successes? Jeez.
Oh well, it's been a shorter turn for Stephen this time, at least.
So, yeah. Fuck. Okay, it's turn.
So, face to face with this thing, Stephen's like, I'm trying to pull it over, but the creature just grins at him with that face that's been haunting his dreams for 10 years. When will he be rid of this face?
Okay, I'm going to put another read to materialize. Okay, 3 successes. So you see all of the shards of the mirrors that used to be on the wall, but now are all on the floor, and they start forming into the golem to make it like an external armor made out of shards of mirrors.
Oh man, fuck. Okay, so it's my turn now.
Yep.
So I'm looking at Stephen, and I'm like, dude, I'm screaming on top of the fucking music, and I'm like, dude, the fuck you're doing? Now I need to save your ass again. So I'm like, fuck it. I go to my. I'm at this point. I'm already on my cell phone because I know that like this shit is powerful and this dude is not reliable. So I'm like, okay, now, and I put my favorite song. So I put my favorite song on the thing, and my favorite song is like this song from like Stone Roses, which is a group from from Manchester, from the 80s, and the song is called "I Am the Resurrection." So I'm like, okay, so I get inspired from that song. It's a Brit rock song, psychedelic song a little.
Glaswegians fucking love that song, actually. Yeah, that's a total big song in Glasgow.
Yeah, I Am the Resurrection is a fucking dope song. So I put that song on, and I'm like, and I get like to that song, and I start grooving to it, and then I'm looking the fucking golem in the eye, and I'm like, and I'm talking to him, like following the rhythm of the song, but not following the lyrics. And I'm like, you want this place, and so I'm telling him that following the beat of the music, that he wants this place. He's gonna stay in this place forever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the motherfucker, and we're gonna just leave the place, and we're just gonna escape. So I want to stop the guy. I want to stop the golem, and I'm ready to lose my place. I'm ready to lose my nod, but he's gonna be stuck in this fucking studio. I don't want none of it anymore. I'm just pissed off. So I put my last willpower point in it, and I have time 3, and the fucker doesn't move anymore. He's done. He's done deal. Stop this fucker right there. Yeah, I'm gonna try, and then we're gonna escape that shit. I'm tired of this. Yeah.
Yeah, the difficulty 7, and take a point of docks.
Perfect. So I have a willpower in it. So I have an automatic success, a difficulty 7, and I have 4 successes.
Oh shit! Okay.
So what I do is I just start to groove, but I don't do any move. I don't do anything. I groove. I'm following the bass. This song has a great bass. It's super psychedelic, so it creates an LSD effect in the room. Like the marble floor, like the wooden floor that has this marble feeling of the maple, starts to undulate and everything, and it starts to groove, and it starts to grow onto his feet, up to his knees, and then the golem is like looking at it, but he can't move his feet. And he starts to dance with me, and I get closer to him, and I grab his hand, and I'm like, pa, pa, and I kind of do a valse with him, but he can't move. And I'm telling it, you like this place. you own this place. You're gonna stay here, following the music, and I make him spin on himself, but he can't spin because the foot are grounded, like he's stuck on a snowboard. And like following the beat, and I'm just following the bass. And then I look at Steven, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here with my other hand. And then I let loose of his hand as the song finished, and then I just glide away, like a moonwalking out of the room, and then I close the room behind me. And I know in my soul, in my heart, in my mind, that this place is gone forever. I just fucking closed the itch on that shit, surrounding that dude, and that Gollum's just gonna be stuck on that dance floor forever. And I just don't want to hear anything about it anymore. And then I close the door behind me, and then I leave.
I mean, hold on, because you know, you have used the time 3 because you don't have time 4 to actually make it stop forever, unfortunately. So you just slow it the fuck down. So you two both kind of get out, and it does a final thing.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
If it's not like stopped,
it slowed the fuck down.
Aye, Stephen will just say to Matt before as we're leaving, I'll say, hey, why don't we just pick up together and throw it the fuck out that window?
I don't want to touch that shit anymore. Like, the feeling is not good. This shit is fucking sucks. It's like a succubus. It's fucking sucking everything out of you. Don't want to touch this thing. Just let's get the fuck out anyway. Let's just get out. I'm finding another place, man. I don't give a shit. I'm tired of this bullshit. The more I try to fight this thing, the more I get slower, and I get weaker. I don't.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you something. What happened to me 10 years ago when I ran away and didn't finish it?
Well,
it just followed me.
And then I go. I open the door again, and the thing is already like a quarter closer to the door because it's trying to reach us again. So I'm like, go, my friend, go, finish him. Show me what you're made of. And as I say that, you see the Chinese face with the trucker hat over my face. I'm like, good. Show me what you're made of. With his smoke, it's like, with his long fucking mustache. And then because he show me what you're made of, and then they show me what you're made of. You don't know shit, son. Your generation can't even deal with a fucking Gollum. And I'm like, come on, Dan.
All right.
So due to the fact that you kind of took your goddamn ass time to just fucking leave, he has a turn. So 4 points of paradox go out of each of your bodies to make it whole, so all of its wounds are healed.
And I
don't have any paradox.
Yeah, I'm gone with paradox. I had 2. So
okay. So,
I didn't have any for it to take.
Yeah. So it only takes 2 out of Matt then, and it's at full health now. And
right,
it just is kind of like, huh. But that's its turn because it's just like, huh, and like a dumbstruck look because he thought it still had a lot more to feed on.
All right. Well, Stephen's got a fucking clear run at this thing. So he's going to sprint across the room like Bruce Lee at the end of Fist of Fury when he fucking fly kicks into that crowd of policemen that are ready to shoot him. Stephen fucking runs across the room, screams, jumps into there, and is going to attempt to fly kick this thing right out of the window.
Okay. Make me a Dex athletics roll at a difficulty of 8. First and foremost.
Right. Difficulty 8?
Yep.
Right, this is definitely calls for willpower then. And I'm down the dice. But no past lives this time. Stephen's on his own.
Okay.
Dexterity Athletics. Right, come on, dice. Oh, shit. I've got 7, a 6, a 4, a 1, and a 1. Plus a success for the paradox. So I've got a botch of 1.
No, fuck. You don't get any paradox for this. But you don't botch, you just failed.
Sorry, I meant I had a success for the willpower.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
No, I've got 2 1s.
Don't worry about it. Like, the ones just take away the successes. They don't botch you. But yeah,
I thought that's what a botch was.
No, botch is like when you only have 1s and no successes.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, right.
That's a fail if it takes away the successes. But you still have a success because of the willpower points, so you have a -1 difficulty on your martial arts roll. So.
Right, okay.
Go for it. Show him what you made
of.
Fucking martial arts his ass out of the window.
All right. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Dexterity 3, martial arts 3, -1 for the wound penalty. I've already spent a point of willpower this turn, can't spend any more. And what difficulty are we at?
-1. So it used to be like a 6, but now it's a 5. If I remember.
Yeah, the kick starts at 6.
Yeah, it's a 5.
All right. 0 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run straight into him. You fucking dodge all the fucking glass shards, and it's like boom on the fucking glass shards into the golem itself. Fucking roll your stamina. God damn it, man.
Yeah, man, roll that stamina!
Sorry, John, I know you just wanted to leave, but narratively, I was like, there's no way Stephen's going to walk away and leave this unfinished.
Stephen's lame. He's the lamest fucking character I've seen.
Hey, I got 3 stamina successes. You got the stamina, which is fuck all use to anybody.
He's a Scottish. So he's a Scotsman.
So yeah.
Actually, I think you'll find he's Canadian. This guy's from Montreal.
Yeah, man. Dude fucking yeah. So I see this scenery in front of me, and I'm in the doorstep. But at this moment, there is something fucking crazy happening. I am rolled over. I fall on the ground. I feel this pressure behind me. I fall on the ground and then I get stepped on. There is behind me some kind of pressure. I just feel that pressure of the footstep behind me. And for the first time, I lift my head and I see these people. I see the Indian dude with the dark eyebrows, you know, walking in that yoga position, like fucking creepy guy. And I see a Chinese guy with a trucker hat, greasy, you know, with the fucking like Budweiser t-shirt and a Marlboro cigarette pack on his shoulder. And I see a guy that is an old dude, white hair, more modern, you know, just dressed in a gi, and then stepping barefoot on me. And then I see like a fucking like Japanese figure, some kind of like somehow like dressed like a samurai but lighter, that just walk like super fast on top of me. And they all enter the room and they go around, and then I see it like a smoke, like some kind of a dragon that kind of starts to flow around the room, and they come and they starts to surround Stephen, and Stephen get lifted up the ground, and I see Stephen get his shit get a kick. He's got his ass kicked by this golem like so bad, and all I see is just like this this powerless, just like super weak Steven getting lifted off the ground from these people, and all I hear is just like this do-dum, do-dum, some kind of a song that is super like guttural coming from the deep inside, and it's being sung by these people, and I see like a gong sound, but there's no gong around. It's just go boom, 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 and then Steven get lifted off the air and just starts to swirl around, just start to spin on himself, and I hear one voice speaking in like 5 languages, and I hear English, and I hear, why don't you start believing yourself a little bit more? And then the dragon just throw some fire at Steven, and the Steven body starts to burn on fire, and then the window open again, and they start leaving by the window, just like the other Chinese dude left. The last one was the Chinese dude, and the dragon left, and then the Chinese dude hold the door for the dragon, and then turns around, and he's finishing his smoke, and he throw it at Steven, bumping on the shoulder, and he's like, son, you're the last one now. What are we gonna do after you? Start believing yourself. And he's jumping out the window, and the window closed so fast that the glass breaks like, and in slow motion the glass goes and just mix with the mirror shade on the ground. Can't make the difference between the mirror and the glass, and the window is broken, and you hear the sound of the night outside, just in the police cars, and the horn of the cars, and the people laughing 4 stories down on the street as they go to the Viper Club that is just in the corner. And Matt is still holding the door of the studio, looking at Steven being a mess of himself. And he's like, yo, Steven, stop being a fool. Just get the fuck out of there. As Steven, on fire, blue fire, falls on the ground in front of the golem. And as the golem is just sucking the fire out of him, like...
Well, here's what happens, because he did succeed in his stamina roll, so he doesn't get any damage. Luckily for him, god damn it. But all of a sudden, you see from the roof of the room several people wearing tracksuits and coyote masks on drop down with various pieces of swords, like swords, pikes, spears, you name it, melee weapon, they got it, and they all drop down at the same time on the fucking golem to destroy it once and for all. Like, and glass is all over the floor, and the dream speakers finally come in. Like, the fuck were you doing, man? Yelling at Steven.
I'm like, I'm holding the door. I'm holding the door, and I just scream at the dream speaker, and I'm like, bruh, I called you, and your fucking shit, look, the fucking shit broke, and this shit happened. Now, thank you now, but my friend here is he's not even the shadow of himself. Like, I mean, he's completely lost. I'm trying to do something here, but I'm not much use. And you guys give me a talisman that fucking can break and bring that shit to life. I almost lost my studio. And we need to talk.
They sigh, all like, And Vali takes off his mask and says, "Dude, why the fuck was a paradox spirit here?
I turn around.
Talismans don't fucking work next to paradox spirits."
I'm looking. I look at him, and then I'm like, and then I look at Steven. Steven's on the ground. His aura is all burned out, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck with the paradox, man?
Just some unfinished business.
Fucking bro, man, you're a mess. We need to talk now. Now stop fucking hiding shit from me. Oh, bro, man. Look the fucking do, man. You can't even handle your own business. This is the dark side. This is like your fucking negative shit coming out of you right now. Do you understand that shit?
I've got a past, man. I'm sorry about your studio.
Look. I appreciate the effort, but I can't fight like you can fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I cannot deal with that much bullshit. That's why I need you. You need to come clean.
Vali sighs again, like, fucking seriously, how much docs did you accumulate so that the fucking doc spirit came out of you and wrecked my fucking talisman? Seriously, damn it.
So as I'm gathering the pieces around the studio, I'm looking at Steven like,
Steven drags himself up to his feet. Okay, come. Is there another room we can go to? Can we talk in private? You and I, Matt.
I grab the pieces of talisman, around the room. So I gather them in my hands like that. I go to our what's his name already? Vladimir?
Vali.
Yeah. So I go to him and I give him the pieces in his hand. I turn around towards Steven. I give you my hand like that, raise you up, and then I hug you. But I hug you like so hard, like full of anger. And I squeeze you, and I'm like, bro, man, get clean. This shit is nasty, and we don't need that past right now. And then I wait until you answer that. And I squeeze hard.
All right. Let's go into the next room. I'll come clean.
And Vali is like, take this, and he gives you what looks like a blunt.
I take off, I squeeze away, and then I grab the blunt and I sniff it, and I don't recognize the smell, so I just give it back to Vali. I'm saying I'm not using that.
It's supposed to heal your wounds if you light it up. It's Spanish.
I don't care, man. I don't trust anyone anymore. I'm done. I don't want to use drugs anymore. I need to heal my shit.
Well, it's supposed to heal you, but fine.
Yeah, fine.
Thanks, but I don't need that shit either. Right, come on, Matt. Guys, we'll be back in just a minute or two, right?
Yeah, they need to hear your shit as well. I'm not gonna trust if you don't trust these guys. Because I trust.
I've never met these people before.
I met them before and I trust them. So
okay,
you gotta be clean. Come out clean.
Vali orders everyone to get a mop and a broom and fucking clean up this place, and the dream speakers start to clean up the broken shards.
The boy I killed in Montreal, he wasn't a stranger. His name was Brian. He was an ecstatic like you. At least I think he was. Julie, Elaine, they didn't know him. I met him in one of my classes. Anyway, he was into some crazy shit. And one night, I got drunk and joined in. And Stephen turns over his arm and shows you a couple of tiny scars on the inside his arm. Looks almost like two little bites left by a vampire fang or something. But you might recognise them as scars left from intravenous injections, inexpertly done. You know, a nurse or a doctor wouldn't leave a scar, but some fucking drunken idiot might. He and I got high a couple of times on some nasty shit. And the second time was when he died. Brian, he was just a kid, but he knew so much more about that stuff than me.
So if I feel you the right way, if I understand what you're trying to say, is that you're holding back because you're scared to hurt us with your power. Because the way
that, yeah,
you're holding back. You need to let it go, man.
It's not just that though. I told you that I hadn't seen the Faceless Men in Montreal, that only my friends had. The truth is, I'd seen them first after I took the injection. And Brian would talk about them and mutter about them when he was in his ecstasy throes after the drug. But I never told anyone. After the second time and Brian died, I never touched it again, and I'd never seen the Faceless Men again after I left Montreal until I came here. But it's in the drugs, man. It's in the drugs, and I think I'm still carrying either a little bit of that poison or a little bit of Brian around with me.
I feel it, man. Look, you seem like a capable dude, but I've been around you a little bit. We've been through some shit, and you cannot indulge yourself against the spirits of these places. It's like it's always like you're falling short, man. And I see you. I'm like, you get some experience. We have the same experience. It's been 10 years. Like, we awakened like 10 years ago, both and I. But sometimes I see you like, you're holding back. You're holding back. Look, listen. Oh, I've seen you like interact with your avatar a little bit. I don't understand what you've been through with it. I've seen you run away. I see the window fucking shatter, and I see you fucking on fire. I don't know what this is, what's happening to you so much. But you fall short all the time. And if we have to go to the Snake Eater, go, man. And then I go to you and I'm like, and I give you a hand, and I give you 5, and I'm like, you need to trust yourself a little bit more. I don't know how. I don't know what you got to do, but fuck, man. My feeling is like you're offbeat, man. You're offbeat. You know what I'm saying? And I look around and I'm like, I look around to the Dream Speaker. I'm like, thank you guys for coming. I tried to call you. It seems like it's not working. We messed up. I owe you. We owe you. But we need some help right now. I think we need some help, and I need some help. Otherwise, I'm gonna be gone.
Help with what?
Well, I would like to learn about spirits.
With the Nefendi. I mean, I am infected. I'm becoming. My avatar is off. I was trying to help this guy, and I was falling short all the time. Everything is off. I was putting my songs, the songs I like, and it was not working. So come on, like and then I know you know some stuff, so we need to know more.
Well,
but we think we have a contact. We think that the Snake Eater, the leader of this Viper gang here, we think that he's in touch with the Nefendi. He might be connected somehow, utilizing this gang, sell some drugs. We're not sure.
That's some serious accusations you got there.
Yeah. This is serious. But you guys took away the drug dealer. What have you done with him? What's the deal, right? You feel like there is something connected to this guy. So well, you must know more than you say.
Well, there are several things wrong with the drug dealer. He killed his own pet to GTFO. He was definitely an Nefendi when we got to him.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay. That I didn't know.
Yeah, he apparently used his own pet as a ritual sacrifice to open up a gateway to escape.
Oh fuck. Okay, so so you went to them, you killed them, you get rid of them, and he already did something really bad, bringing some Nefendi in, if I understand.
No, it's like we tried to capture him, but he used his animal as a sacrifice to fuck off.
Oh shit. Okay, so he disappeared. He left.
Yeah.
So the banner of the Snake Eater might not have nothing to do with the Snake Eater leader of the Viper gang, but maybe with this dude. Maybe it's just about this dude.
Possibly.
We don't know.
We don't know either.
Was the guy's what species was the guy's pet?
Well, he had a dog, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, pit bull. Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't identify him as what type of dog due to how mangled he became. But
this is nasty.
Yeah.
But the thing though is that I know the guy for like 5 years. This dude had a pit bull. But you're right. Like over the year, fucking animal changed. It became some kind of, and at a certain point, I felt like he was not like a pure race, I think it was like a fucking bastard kind of dog. But the dog did change. Became fatter, became bigger, became more muscular, became aggressive. Because back in the days, the dog was super kind. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, the monstrosity that used to be the dog. Well, you know. That's dead. The Nefendi that was your pusher, he's off somewhere. We don't know where. And we've tried to track him down, but it's like he, I don't know, was written off of existence almost.
The snake eater might be able to tell you, Matt, where this guy might have gone or where he might have came from.
Yeah, that is one thing. But I mean, this guy. I mean, Johnny Stees, right? The name of the dealer. He was like such a fucking low standard bastard. Like he was not even. I mean, he used to be just a fucking low life guy. He had no respect for nobody. The only reason why people respected him is because he was working for the Snake Eater, and nobody wanted to fuck with the drug dealer because it's a money making machine, right? So, I mean, he was not anything really beyond the Viper Gang. The Viper Gang was giving him the respect just by fucking status. So I don't know. We need to speak with the Snake Eater, but I don't trust the Snake Eater. I'm pretty sure the Snake Eater is he's more than what he shows us. He's a powerful dude. I never met him. Never wanted to meet him. And I think that's the only reason I'm still alive, maybe, or free. I'm not even free. I'm fucking infected. Anyway, listen, guys, can we have your backup? I'd like to have some backup from you. We're going to see the Snake Eater later on tonight. And
Sure.
I mean, if we can have some kind of backup, we're going to have to go on the rooftop of the club's rooftop. And we're going to challenge him. We want to know the truth about the drug and about the Nefendi, if they have something to do with it. So if you guys can provide some kind of backup, and if you guys can give me something, I can just call you like you did. I mean, when shit goes bad, because shit's gonna go bad. They are really aggressive.
Right.
And I don't think they trust me anymore, and they definitely not trust this guy.
They're a bunch of fucking arseholes.
They're gangsters. What do you think?
Well,
yep.
Here's another bubble head. Don't break this one. We'll send the crew to fix up your mirror proper, because this shit, we threw the rest of it in the trash because it's like, it's kind of unsalvageable. The spirit of it's kind of dead already. So we can't just magic it back into place, unfortunately. We need a fresh one.
So this new bubble head thing, it has like the wooden carven head of a jackal, or is it, what's the masks they wear?
Coyote.
Aye, so it's like a big round coyote head on a spring, which connects to a diminutive small little coyote body.
Yep.
So if you hold it by the body, the head lolls around and bounces from side to side a bit like a dog that's pleased to see you.
Essentially, yeah. That's generally how bobblehead generally works. So, yeah. Wally is like, yeah, take this other bubblehead. We'll get you a new mirror for your wall, because this shit can't be fixed. I'm sorry.
All right, so look, I gotta get myself in shape before we go there. I need to dance a little, listen to some music a little, shower a little, get dressed a little before we go into the club. When are we gonna go there? If we need you, we're gonna call you. I'm gonna use this thing, and we will be in need of assistance. If I call you, is because it's dangerous. It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna call you just to be there around, because nobody knows you here. They will recognize you right away. So in a situation where we need you, when I see it's becoming warm, becoming dangerous, I'm gonna use this talisman, and you gotta be there and make sure the shit don't break, because I'm gonna be dark path. Shit seems to linger somehow and break your fucking talisman. So if you need to put a spell on it right away, just do it right now. But please give me some rightful support. Give us some rightful support.
Besides, well, I can't dox protect it because you'd need a familiar for that. But this won't break unless someone else is summoning a paradox spirit. And a paradox spirit within a fucking room filled with mages is like suicide.
Uh-huh.
But
So
you're lucky that we knew how to deal with this crap beforehand. What up?
is the paradox spirit that was just in here with us now, is it gone forever? Is it dead?
Yeah, we did kill it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's not the same talisman, and you are full of dark fucking shit lingering in you, man. So we never know what's gonna happen in the future. So listen, look, guys, we're gonna give you a call. I'm gonna give you a call. In the meantime, so just be aware, just be ready, because this guy, the Snake Eater, is one powerful fucker, and I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna call him out on some shit, and either way, it's gonna go bad. I mean, if he's an Effendi, it's gonna go bad. If he's not, it's gonna go bad. So at least we'll know. But it's almost like a kamikaze mission. It's almost like a suicide mission, you know. And then, I have nothing else. I need to get the cure. So I'm gonna go there, call him out on his bullshit, trying to give me a cure.
Well, good luck with that. We'll be waiting in the Umbra if you need us.
Thank you, guys. I trust you. You're my last resort. You guys are the only people I trust, and I give my faith to it. I just don't know anybody else I can trust right now. So.
We'll see you when we'll see you. And you blink and they disappear.
See you when I see you. I say that after they disappear. I turn around to Steven, like, bro, hey. I need to get some rest. I need to shower. So there is some food in the kitchen on the corner there when you can see it next to my bedroom. I'm gonna get a shower. I'm gonna listen to some music. I'm gonna stretch my body. And then we go to the club afterward and we get shit done.
Yeah, I need to rest up a little as well.
Yeah, you can use the couch there. You can sleep a little.
Thanks.
And you can use the space if you want to do your kata. Then I start to laugh.
I was doing my best today, though.
I know you've been doing your best, man, and I know you've been holding back. You have so much shit on your shoulder, man. I understand. I don't judge you. I'm not better than you. Look, I was about to run, right? So I'm not better than you.
Thanks.
You need to make peace with your avatar as well, man. That shit is fucking trying to squeeze you, man. It's just playing with your mind somehow. I don't know, but
I feel like my avatar.
I've never seen a body fucking burned up, floating in the air. I've never seen that before. That's some nasty shit. That was not from the golem. I could tell.
They expect a lot of me. I feel like I'm carrying their legacy on my shoulders.
I mean, isn't it what the Brotherhood is? A fucking legacy shit? You know, coming from some traditions, really deep tradition know-how of martial art and stuff. I mean, I think it's part of the thing, right? I mean,
my master never explained a lot to me.
But I don't know. But sometimes it's not about understanding. I mean, it's not about the explanation. It's about can you get it? Just you know, from your soul, from just get it from experience. Maybe you're still learning. I mean, I don't know about martial art, but I know about dance. I know about the body movement. And one thing I know is that it takes time. Look, I mean, I was not there tonight neither. You know, I was not there. The beat was off. I was off beat. I was not complete. This is the reason why the shit is fucking sucking my life out of me. And so I kind of think
you did well.
Ah, man, I tried my best, but nothing worked tonight. I was off, man. I was off. I can tell. But it's been a couple of times you were more than off. You were putting yourself in danger right there. So you have a lot of courage, though.
Well, I'm just trying to make up for all the years I spent hiding. Never again.
Yeah, man, I can understand that. I can relate to that. And I'm pretty sure that these dream speaker dudes, these fucking Slavic dude, I'm pretty sure they know, they understand, they feel you. Because they showed up somehow. And
yeah,
it feels like they respect that will of yours, because you went back into the fucking studio as I'm telling you we can leave now, and you went back and you fucking just hurt yourself. It's almost like a dude just running and just fucking jump off the hill, just like boom. When I'm looking at you, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So
if there's anything I've learned over the last week, it's that there really is no running away. You can run, but you just run in circles. And I've come full circle back to this problem.
You know what? I think you're right, actually. You know, you might get yourself some time off, but it's gonna come back to you. You know, I'm looking at you, and I don't like that place you are in. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from the corner of my eyes. I'm like, yeah, he's right, kind of thing. We need to face the issue, face to face. And you know what? Tonight, after we get ourselves back together, I'm gonna face the snake eater. I'm gonna face him, and you're gonna face him.
I have an idea, though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I could perhaps go in disguise.
Yeah, well, you can try to disguise yourself. You're gonna feel your aura. You're gonna feel your avatar from miles away. And especially nowadays, I feel like your avatar is pretty loud. Like your avatar is. They trying to kind of warn you about something. Looks like they know what you're going through somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like I don't know. I haven't seen your avatar. I don't understand, but what I see is that they are really, really active upon you. Like they kind of they fucking burn your body. They fucking lift it off the ground. I've never seen that shit before. And if it's not your avatar who did that, fuck, man, that Gollum was powerful.
Well, you know what I figured out today? First when Julie was here, and then later on during the fight with the Paradox Spirit. My master lives inside me now. I'm not sure how or why, but he's always with me. And his master is inside him. And I think there's even another guy inside that one. And so there's this legacy, this record of time and experience that's always with me everywhere I go, but with it comes expectation. You know, they're all counting on me to carry on the lineage.
You know what? When you're gonna deal with your own issue, I feel like as a teacher, I'm telling you this as a dance teacher, I think you need to get yourself a pupil and to pass on the lineage. But you cannot do that without getting over your own problem, right? And
what do you think my problem is?
I don't know what your own problem. You're the only one who can tell. I don't know what your problem is. I think it has something to do with Montreal. I think it has something to do with running away.
Yeah,
you know, it has something to do with that. I don't know, but it feels like that. So I feel like what you need to do is that once you deal with that, you can make peace with that and get yourself a pupil and pass on the lineage and become part of this old tradition of yours. It feels like that to me. It's not my journey, but I'm looking at you and
I feel like I need to stop these faceless men. That's what I didn't do before, you know.
I feel like this is the shit that awakened you, and this is somehow the shit that will help you awaken somebody else. It does make sense to me. It makes sense to me. I don't know what it means. I mean, it makes sense to me. All I see is that we got in touch with one another out of nowhere, walking down the street. I was walking down the street, man. And you're not even from here. I don't even remember exactly what made us talk to each other. It feels like it was like 1,000 years ago.
The snake eater sent me to you.
You know what I'm saying? And so, what does that mean? We will know soon enough.
Yeah.
But we need to get some rest. We need to get your shit back together, and then we can maybe try to solve that shit. But I don't trust that Julie friend of yours. I don't trust that Aline friend of yours neither. Honestly, I trust my Slavic friends, like the Dream Speakers. They seem like cool guys. And
I'm starting to have my doubts about Julie too. I'm pretty sure we can trust Aline though.
I don't know.
Although
you know what? The Celestial Chorus, I mean, they seems like they are so detached from this reality. I don't even feel like they know what's going on at all. Like they seem so like corporative and shit. I don't know. And the Verbena, I don't know. I mean, if they are stuck in the police right now, like it doesn't mean shit anymore. So maybe we should just go our own way, grab the snake by the head and just grab that fucking snake by the head and try to do something about it, right?
I think you're right. And I'm glad you're here with me, Matt. And Stephen puts out his hand to shake yours.
I shake yours and I hug you back. Now it's in a gentle way, not in an aggressive way. And I say, you're a good pal. You're a really good pal. And if we can get rid of that shit together, I think you and I will grow out of that. So
yeah,
let's take some rest.
Provided the snake eater doesn't kill us.
Oh well, if the snake eater tells us something else, fuck, man, we'll see. We'll see. That's the future. We can tell about the future. Can we? Can you see the future?
Maybe one day, but no, not just now.
Yeah, well, I know time, and I know tempo, but I don't trust that shit for the future, man. I live in the present. As I hear it, I vibrate to it, but I will not consider vibration that never occurred. That is
maybe that's the source of your power with time.
Yeah, maybe, man. But as I try to bend it, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And tonight you see what happens, right?
My master used to talk about time a lot.
Oh yeah?
He said, He said that most people think that what happens in the present happens because of the past, right? most people think that, but he said the truth is it's the present that creates the past. What we do in the present creates the past of tomorrow.
Oh shit, that is way too much. Like, like you see, Matt is like holding his head, like mind blown. He's looking at you like, fuck, man. This is certainly not a musical theory right there, because music is right now, always right now. And the problem is people that anticipate it, you know. So they are off because they anticipate the beat.
Yeah,
music cannot be past; it just can be now. But when you anticipate it, because you remember something from the past, you remember that song from the past. But when you try willingly to anticipate it, you go too fast, always. And so, boom, it connects to what your master was saying. Like, wow, man, this is nasty shit. I just don't want to even think about it right now. I'm too weak.
All right. Good night, man.
Yeah, well, I see you in a couple. And then I go to the bathroom and just take a shower and just get some rest.
And Stephen eats all the best food, leaves the shit. No, I'm joking. He eats some of the best food and crashes out on the couch.
Fair enough. The eyes of the many-eyed god watch you in curiosity, while it observes your dreams. But for now, you take a rest, and then face the enemy when you wake up.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, guys. That was a good game.
Yeah, man, it was good. That was awesome, actually.
Okay, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Have pleasant dreams as always. See you next time. And